Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 20 for 20. And I'm trying out my new green screen stuff. I don't know how it works, man. One day I'm invisible, the next day I'm visible. But hey, I'm not trying to work no magic tricks here. But this is 20 for 20, and I have today one of my favorite dudes. Not just a dude from the hip hop world, from straight out of Brooklyn. Not because we share the same last name and we family and we don't know yet. But I want to introduce y'all to a dude that I love and a dude that I respect. One of the most humble persons I've ever met in my life. This dude is up there as a person. I'm not talking as a Wu-Tang Clan member. I'm not talking about a dude with a podcast. I'm just talking a regular dude that you could meet off the street and say, hey, yo, this is Killah Priest. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, presenting to the world right now on the Dagger Squad, aka the Brother Garfield podcast. I want to bring you to the world right now, ladies and gentlemen. This dude right here, my brother from another mother, Killah Priest.
What's good, my brother? What's good? What's the deal? What's good?
How you doing for this Black History Month, man? What you got? I know you got your podcast. You got a lot of stuff coming up. What you for the people this month, man? You gonna bring me back? Let me know if you're gonna bring me back so I can get some nice slides together.
Definitely. Black History Month. I can't have a podcast without bringing Garfield and his and your scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm gonna bring you back. Yeah. It's gonna be, it's gonna be great, man. I'm all Black scholar, all Black history. I mean, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to learn. I want to put a lot of energy into this Black History Month this time, and bring to the people what they need, the truth. And I'm also doing music, and I plan on getting on the road, back on the road a little bit here and there. So,
all right, that's what's up. So, I know getting on the road for you is kind of different nowadays. I mean, you still do your podcast if you're out of town or whatever. The other day I called you, it's like I'm in Alaska. I've never been to Alaska, man. What is Alaska like? What is it like?
Oh, beautiful, bro. Beautiful. I mean, that when they say they got, I don't advise everybody to look for bears. But when I say they got bears, they got bears. It's just glaciers. It's just so wide open. You know what I'm saying? The Clicker. I built with the Clicker tribe out there. I went out there into the wilderness with the Clicker, and so we saw all these different berries, and it's so fun. I mean, it's incredible how they know the plants by just looking at the tree and talking about the thistles and all that stuff. It was just great. Bro.
Wow, that's amazing. You make me want to go out there, man. I don't want to.
You got to. If you like the great outdoors, that's the great outdoors, bro. That's the great outdoors.
Sarah Palin, or whatever her name is. I don't want to run into her over there.
Who was it?
Sarah Palin, that lady that ran with a couple years ago.
Yeah, I didn't see her. But,
let me get into this real carefully here. Hip hop is a wonderful thing. This year is the anniversary. The official start is 1973, and it's 50 years. What is your for the last 50 years of you looking into it? I mean, as far as hip hop, what is some of the greatest things that you've looked on as far as hip hop is concerned?
Oh man, there's so many stages. From the conceptual, from the beginning, I missed a lot of the very, very beginning, but I've witnessed more partying, less trouble, and I'm gonna get up to that, to the 90s when more trouble came. Well, the 2000s, I witnessed more because a lot of these cats, we wasn't doing that. We'd probably be out there, robbing, gangbang, a lot of things. It saved a lot of lives, and it made a way for young Black youth to make money. You know what I'm saying? To make money, and not only that, to get together and to be in harmony. And then in the 80s, it was an incredible feeling. They still had the bunch, but then the crack era came in as they do, and trying to put something in, but then we went back and said crack is whack. Self-destruction with KRS One, and we fought against that. And then the 90s came in, a lot of weed epidemic, and with the weed came and took over, And so there was a lot of Method Man and Redman, Clan, Nas. And then the 2000s came in and they just grabbed the lean. You know, things get kind of crazy. I see the progression of it and then the reason why the music is the way it is. The lean came in and now they just straight popping pills.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. We're moving up, down. It's like a damn wave.
Yeah.
And one of the things with music, though, a lot of dudes who never had an opportunity to make it, now they have an opportunity to make a living with these hip hop beats and so forth. But as far as hip hop, you are definitely looked at as one of the top MCs of all times in my eyes. And how do you see yourself as far as hip hop and today, as far as the artists that are doing it? Do you see them more as lyricists or just more as entertainers? Because it seems like, I know Lil Wayne doing his thing as far as being a lyricist, but I don't see the Big Daddy Kanes, the Rakims, the Killer Priests. I don't see the Cool G raps anymore out there. I just see basically, now I'm not knocking Drake, you know, everybody got their thing, but the more the Drakes and you know what I'm saying, the Kanye, I don't look at Kanye as a great lyricist, although he does drop some good words here and there. But I don't see the lyricists like a Cool G rap, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim anymore. I don't see that. Killer Priests, I don't see that.
Right. You're right about that. I mean, I do have to give props before I answer that question. I have to give props to the youth, because one thing they did, and then with the drill music, and started London and Chicago, you know, they came up with this new stream scheme, and they were killing it. It's sad that they become millionaires and only live for because it was keeping it too real, living in the street. And that street life, I would like to be a millionaire for a little while, other than a week, being caught at Roscoe's and this stuff goes down. Or then we just need to raise our consciousness. But yeah, I think that sometimes music, it changes during certain times. And you don't see that much effort in it, but you see more outcome, more output. And yeah, when I say that it watered down with a little sprinkles of Drake, like you said, yeah. But lyricists, who I grew up off of, Cool G rapping on them, I mean, you see a little bit here and there, but they about that stream and about that money. So if they can just continue making that without the negative, I mean, we're moving it back history mode. Let's keep it real. Without the negative energy put into it, it'd be even greater.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now there's something going on in the news right now that's horrible, you know, with Tyre Nichols and the dude dying. Before we even talk about the cops being black or anything.
Black cop.
Yeah.
Black cop.
You know, I'm not even going to talk about the cops being black right now. I'm not going to do the Fox News thing. What I'm going to do is, I got kind of a blue on today. I got like an apple color blue. But it seems like the blue wall of silence don't include color. It's not a color thing. It's just a blue wall that they all stand together. And for that to happen, how I looked at it is that the blue color meant more than the person who you were doing it to. So even if there was a white or a Puerto Rican or an Asian cop, they would have probably did the same thing to the dude because of this blue wall of silence. So they're trying to say, I don't know if the media is blowing it out of proportion because it's black cops to say, hey, you see, black, you guys do it to each other too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not going to go in that direction. But you as a hip hop artist, how do you see cops back in the 80s, 90s compared now to the 2020s and beyond? Is it different to you, or to you is it the same type of police mentality going on throughout the years?
It's the same. It's just that with new technology now, you get to see and experience it the same in real time of what was going on there. And of course, things change, but technology has really revealed a lot of foul play from crooked cops, because cops are here to protect So, you know, I'm not going to knock the person who wants to take care of their family because it is a job. And at the end of the day, and to protect. But there are crooked cops that take their job to the extreme limit to hurting and offending. And those I don't condone. And now it's being exposed more now. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think what type of role do you think hip hop could play? Because when you look at all these followers, these major artists in town, you have well, P Diddy is still in the business. Russell Simmons is still in the business. Kanye is in the business. Jay-Z's in the business. You look at all these major rappers. You got the Migos. You got all these groups. I think we have enough followers to get I think if the hip hop is a way how to tackle the whole police brutality. I think that the youth only are attached to hip hop. Hip hop artists are who they listen to. I don't see any other influence on the young black youth. I'm talking like from 13 to 18. I'm talking within that age group. I think hip hop is like the magic stick to basically, no pun intended, the whole magic to basically address this, because there's so much influence. Instead of using your energy for certain things, they'll listen, because these children growing up, it's like when we go to school. I used to go to Wilma's Boys in Jamaica, right? And when I go to school from 7:30 in the morning until 4 to 5 o'clock, I'm stuck in school. So this is like 8 to 10 hours. I'm in a school system, hanging out with dudes who I met in school. This is where most of my influence is coming from. And their influence now in that age group is coming from music and from artists. This is how powerful hip hop artists are. They don't know that. So a Lil Wayne who got like 300 million followers, if Lil Wayne said, listen, man, we tired of this stuff. Let's set up some conflict resolution centers all over the country, the 50 states or the 80 most popular cities where black folks are. Sometimes it's better to have a conflict resolution center with the church, with the synagogue, with the mosque, with the temples, and try to get some people to then you could get grants so that these people could get paid for it, because nobody want to do nothing for free. Write grants and say, hey, we set up conflict resolution centers in these 80 main cities, and we have a hotline, and we say, okay. And if you have P Diddy, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Kanye, and all of them advertising these conflict resolution centers, because we naturally hate cops. I don't care what nobody says. I know there's more good cops than bad cops, but it don't show because of the blue wall of silence, and you don't want to look like a snitch in your department, so you don't really report cops the way you're supposed to do because you have that blue wall. So forget the blue wall. We develop our own walls instead of conflict resolution centers for all the 8 major conflict resolution centers for our community. And the only thing that could happen when you call a cop, you could get arrested, you could get beat up, or you could get killed. That's what happens when you call cops, no matter if they're black or white. Throw out the color thing. It's all about that blue wall. So what do you think about the conflict resolution center? That was actually a part of my 9-point plan that I wrote 6 years ago for the community.
Garfield, let me tell you this, brother. You need to talk to everybody, because your mind and the way that you put that was so beautiful. And you're a great speaker also, and I mean that. That was, I mean, you said it all right there. What I think they got to do, they have to change their mind state. They have to change the mind state, come together. What it's going to take is unity, coming together. I'm going to just give you the classic. They have to take unity. How come Jay-Z, you get your own, and Sean Carter and Puffy make all of this money and get up their own rocker wear, P. Diddy in his own wear, just to wear Tom Ford. If I saw it all the way and just do that, they should be wearing their own thing all the time. They should go and do exactly, they need a book, or you do a lecture like that or a speech like that. They need to really hear stuff like that, because that's right. I think they need to join and make something happen, man. Word.
Yeah, for real. I think what we
you killed it, man. But they don't think like that, bro. They don't think like that. I mean, that was crazy. All right, let me ask you real quick. What's the blue wall of silence?
Blue wall of silence is just basically the cops just standing up for other cops and just not exposing each other.
Oh, okay.
And that's basically they don't want to snitch on each other, because if you're a cop like Serpico and you decided to go rogue, they're like, oh, you snitching on us, da 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 da. They try to paint this guy now as a bad cop because he's trying to be good. Say, hey, you can't beat this guy up this way or that way. You know, I've seen a couple videos on social media where cops are checking other cops out there, like, yo, you can't beat this kid like this. What are you doing? So this is what it is. You give some people power, they take advantage of the power. So I remember I was working with the Nation of Islam, a security group called X-Men Security. So whenever they would go to Savior's Day in Chicago, if I didn't go, I would have to cover for somebody in the nation who has a job.
Wow.
Security.
Right.
Security at a McDonald's in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, bro.
Mm.
And they're trying to escort dudes out of the spot. Because I know they taught me a little karate or jujitsu. They feel I want to go and try to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know jujitsu. So now I'm in the joint, and because I have this title now, I'm the security guard, like security. I'm touching dudes in the back. Yo, you gotta get out of the store. Like, yo, this dude flipped, bro. I don't want to talk about it. But I'm just saying, you give a little, and that's such a top flight security position. Imagine if I had a badge and a gun. So when you give people positions, first of all, you need to do like a psychological evaluation of whoever you hire as a cop. Because you don't know if this person got a background of a father abusing him, his mother abusing him, dude beating him, was he bullied in school from prep school all the way to high school? You don't know. So you hiring these dudes off the streets every year, I got all the training. What training? Did you check them out? This is why the FBI, when they hire you, they put you through this whole psychological thing for three months of training, and then psychologically they checking you out to see if you are ready and prepared and could make the right decision. Because you're talking about putting a gun in somebody's hand who could misuse the power, and then you are licensed to kill people if you feel you're in danger. What is in danger? Somebody could be talking to you. That's not danger. But I'm being threatened. My life is being threatened. All of a sudden you shoot somebody. Oh, this cop, all they do was we did an investigation. It was just in Britain, they don't really have this problem in Britain because the cops that don't normally carry guns.
Right.
Problem in Britain.
Right.
So now the problem is we're in a society that is all about guns. They love their guns.
And obsessing with put people in jail. I don't know why. He's just obsessed with locking people up. Just lock him up, just lock. And we're the only person to do that.
I got some good news for you.
Yeah.
A mayor in New York now.
Right. What?
Eric Adams, who I don't know if you know Eric Adams. I knew him from in the 90s because he was a part of the 100 Black men in law enforcement. He's one of the positive guys.
Okay.
Good in law enforcement. He's not a mayor.
Right.
In the Bronx, they caught some kids. Because you know, if you're caught in New York with a gun, you get mandatory, I think, 7 years.
Wow.
3 years.
Wow.
They catch you with a gun. If it's not loaded, if there's no bullets, I think you get like 8 months. What they did in the Bronx, and nobody talks about it nationwide, they said, we're not going to lock these kids up.
Oh, right.
Them in a program, a rehab program for a year, and if they don't get in no trouble, we're going to wipe their records clean. Now,
that's what I'm
tell me now, bro, if that was, I'm not telling any young child to go out there and commit a crime.
Right.
Now, if they lock these kids up for 3 years, what are they going to come out and do without any form of rehabilitation?
Exactly.
The same nonsense. Now, these children are being watched and followed up with for the next year to make sure that they're doing good and make sure that they're on the right path. So they got a chance. And that's all we asking as Black folks. We've been through a lot. We just need that chance to say, hey, we messed up. How can we get out of this situation without, hey, you know what, without this blemish on my record? Because you know what? One of these dudes might become a lawyer. He might become a doctor. But with a felony record or some sort of arrest record, they might not even able to get into certain colleges to go to that level to say, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z. So now I don't see nobody talking about this program that they're doing now.
Wow.
And the mayor, Eric Adams, with this program, because all we're doing, you just said it, is that they just want to lock people up. Mario Cuomo, he built the most prisons in his 12 years. He's the worst governor ever. And then on top of it, bro, they privatize the prisons. So now you got Express. Do you remember Jennifer Convertibles? Jennifer Convertibles in prison. Certain boots they used to make in prison. So it's creative labor on another level. People don't talk about this stuff. So when you talk about prison to pipeline in industry and all that stuff that my brother Raheem Shabazz, shout out to him, that talk about it a lot. We don't see anything to rehab our children from doing that. We going into schools, they searching us like we go to prison. You know, it's like you go to prison when you're going into these schools. So they're prepping you psychologically for the prison mentality. Or you're gonna lock up here for 5 years. Oh, I'm gonna be up in here with my friends anyway. I mean, the mentality is the sick, and we need to change that, man. So when all these people talking about the police, this police, that, police ain't gonna snitch on each other. It's not gonna happen. Unless he's gonna quit. And then they're gonna say, how come you just say this now when you're about to quit? Hey, the reason is because if I stay, they're gonna pick on me and I'm gonna get fired anyway. They're gonna find something to do me wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? But as far as hip hop though, don't you see hip hop as a way with all these police killings and all that stuff? And the greatest plan I ever came to the community with is every black person under 25 needs to get $1 million life insurance policy. Because you're not gonna get it if you're older than 25. And I guarantee you, all them 500 people killed in Milwaukee or Chicago, the towns, so-called killings of gangs and all this stuff that they like to push out at us, you will see that disappear if we all have life insurance. They will run. They would be running scared to get these communities in check. They would put all type of programs, 1,000 different programs to make sure that these people are occupied and they're doing positive things. I'm telling you, black folks, you get $1 million life insurance policy on you and your children. By the way, to the policy when your child is born is like $6 a month. And you get to keep that same policy at that price until you get off that policy. So you could get a policy for 50 years at $6 a month, $1 million policy when you are young. Get it early. I guarantee you, all these killings will evaporate because this country is based on guns and money. Money and guns. That's all this country is based on. Nothing else.
Dropped it. Man, you got a bomb, man. Oh man, yeah, you need a bomb right there, man. Wow. That's you, man. I agree with you 100%. 100%. It's gonna take I think it would change with rappers changing the content of the music, getting together, doing a sort of like up-to-date self-destruction, but make it trap, you know what I mean? A little something that the youth can understand, or make it drill, you know what I mean? It's gonna take the effort of the youth, a lot of the young rappers getting, and let me say, we don't want the old school rappers to be angry at the young school rappers, but make room for them and understand them. I mean, I think Nas tried to bridge that gap with Hit Boy, but I think that we all need to, the whole clan, all of them, Havoc, I'm calling on everybody, Terror Squad, everybody, Rockefeller and 50 Cent, just we try to embrace them, but really embrace them, put out the music, follow their lead with what they do, and we go ahead and kind of like make it together and kind of like parentize it, or we just understand each other. You know what I mean? I love it. Put it.
Yep, I'm not gonna do a long interview.
I'm with that. Phil, you've been studying.
That's been my 9-point plan. When I came to the community, remember I was debating the Hebrews, and then I used to teach economics for 2-3 years in Sarnetta, and I was giving solutions. Nobody wants that. They want solutions. They want to make videos about people because they're jealous of who they are, so they can't be that person. So I'm gonna make a video and down him because I just don't like him and pick him. You know, because it's good. You know, we love gossip. We love gossip. Gossip When the music created a whole empire based off of gossip. Capture K is basing our whole life off of gossip and talking about people's business. It's business to talk about people's business.
Yeah.
When it comes to killing, nobody has a solution. Nobody. I told everybody before, get a life insurance policy. If I die right now, you don't need a GoFundMe for Garfield. I am good. But can everybody say that?
Solutions.
Not everybody could say that. So all these hip hop artists and all that stuff, I'm saying to you right now, you need to focus on getting a life insurance for yourself, because ain't nobody hate nobody more than a hip hop artist. You're the most hated. And shout out to the late great Young Dolph and all these rappers who have died. It's just senseless killings based on jealousy, envy. I see you and you have money and I want to rob you and stop you from making money. We hate each other, self-hate. Talk about it, Killah Priest. Where's this? I think that's the main problem in our community, brother. Self-hatred. Every time you try to do something, there's always a brother grabbing you down, trying to pull you down at the same time while you're trying to do something. Brother Golfy trying to do his podcast. I want to stop Golfy. I don't know why, but I just want to stop him. Why? Because he's black just like me. I don't want to see a black man make it. Why is it self-hatred? Why is it that's the biggest problem in our communities, bro? Why we just can't live and let people live and just say, hey, I ain't make it big. People don't like me, but I'll just stay in my lane and I'll just watch. Why can't we just watch instead of hate?
The lack of therapy, I'm going to say that. The lack of therapy. We need therapy because they hate on their own time. And I know it started in slavery or the mind state. But if you look at because Joe Rogan could go up there and say, nigga, they can say anything they want on all these platforms. We don't say anything. As a collective, we don't do anything. But we only hate ourselves. And it's therapy. We need strong therapy. We need to sit down because the turmoil, the inside, the dysfunction and the disorder, we have to come and realize that there's a disorder in the way we do it. And they fear one another blowing up because it never had anything. Or we say this, they never really had anything like that. They never really, and so they don't know how to, there's a word for it. They don't really know how to be like the Jew, like what's the name said? He's jealous of the Jews. That's called unity. Unity, unifying. They're not hating on one another like we do. And we need therapy. We need to face and take accountability. We don't want to see the next one come up because we're selfish. And we deal with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Look it up. Boom. Look it up. That's it. And when we start as a collective going, okay, I suffer from these traits, then we can start working on not hating on one another. Biggie said more money, more problems. I'll leave it at that.
Hold on a second.
Indeed. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure something out right now, right? Why is it? What advice you have? And before we get out, it's almost 30 minutes because I didn't want to keep it too long. But what is it about 2023 and beyond about hip hop that has changed? I know streaming, what we was talking about before the interview, is a major thing. That's because if you do, we're gonna do some math now. We're gonna get into your economics now. We're gonna get in your business for a minute.
Yes.
Now, you rap in 1994, 95, 96, 97, 98, and you got a bunch of folks on a group, 8 guys. You guys all have individual deals. You sign contracts. What about today's artists and streaming? What's so different? Because now you put out a lot of music, and I love your intro song, by the way, man. I love that song.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Tune in. I think I need to hear some Killah Priest right now.
Hey.
Straight fire, bro. Straight fire. So what's the difference now that you're a solo artist, although you're still a part of the group, but when you put out your music independently, it seems more beneficial to me if you sold 10,000 copies of your song compared to selling 2-3 million on an album. I don't know why that matters, fuzzy, but for some reason it makes more sense. Explain it to me, bro.
mathematics. Do the knowledge.
Mm.
You get, I want to say 90.99.9% of your music because you need to stream just to do it out. This is 1%. It's nothing. So if you're selling 10,000 and you're getting 99% of that, 99.9% of that, all yours.
Woo!
Look at that. Look at that math. And it's all going into your account, to your pockets. Now, with the industry, and they didn't have to caught on this because the streaming caught them off guard. They didn't know the technology would destroy them. They're trying to get it involved when it's too late now. So the young kids are too smart, and we became too smart. So and you back when you were in a group and you have to split all of that. They give you a deal. You have to pay that back. You get an advance. The advance means you have to pay all of that back anyway. So RS and them. You know what I mean? So they're not really giving you nothing. They're just stealing. They're just taking your money, making you work hard. Traveling is hard on the body. You know what I'm saying? After a while, and if you do the math, it's no comparison. No comparison to put out. You don't have to even sell enough. You just want your fan base, and then you gain more because people like organic. They like, the fact that they like heroes, people that went out there and struggled to do it. People just like that. But the industry, they don't present that type of favor. So I would tell everyone to keep it solo if you're solo, and to go stream it on your own. And you have your own power. You don't have anybody just constructing your music. You can put out whatever you want, how you want it, and you deal with it.
Wow.
The marketing is online. The marketing is all online. And then, you got a couple of dollars if you want to, but you don't even need it. But you can put your own little CDs if you want, the limited edition, and you can design it the way you want.
All right. That's what's up.
More control.
And,
yeah.
And you talked about the UK folks putting this whole streaming stuff together, but so the young artists, a lot of them are dealing with streaming now more than saying time to a label. So
shout out to London, all the drill music. That's the one thing they killed them with, and that's why they were laughing so much, because no one would give them a chance. Look at the music; it's so dark and so devilish and very aggressive. Like us. So we went on a road similar. We did college roles back then, college runs. Going to all the college, but the college became viral and it became the internet. Now, and the internet goes out further than you could be in a bus, and it's quicker.
Yeah, and in the early 90s, there was no Google and no YouTube the way how it is now. So now you have the opportunity, you have YouTube, you have the streaming services, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got Facebook. So you got all these things weren't around at the time. So now you have the ability to reach so much more people based off of your product, man. So you have an entire life to put out music. So you know what? You're gonna get it, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna get it.
I'm putting it out. Yeah, I'm putting it out, man.
If you got 10,000 people buying your records right now, not to put Killah Priest business out there, you got 10,000 people buying your music over and over and over, you are going to be in the business for a very long time. As long as you got a little studio, and right now all you need is, I forgot what the program's called. You just get a little computer and put it
Pro Tools.
As long as you got Pro Tools and you can record, people know. Hey, by the way, let me play a song for you. I don't know if you know this is me, by the way, too.
Hey, let's do it. I
used to do a little something back in the day.
Man, send it to the podcast. I play it tonight.
You played it. It's actually a remake of a Trey song. It's not clear, but you could play it.
All right.
It's not on his beat, but it's his lyrics. But it's not clear. I didn't put it out yet. But I do want to say to everybody, man. Let me say this right now. If I had put this out, it would have been a beautiful thing for the music. Beautiful thing.
Killah gotta hear you, man. I still got some people that want to, Bouncy is my man,
Yeah, definitely.
Elephant man.
Right. You know what? I didn't even reset. So I'm not even gonna play it. Don't worry about it. We worry about that another time. But
coming tonight, yo, guess what I got tonight? You might know that thing. Yo, true story.
Yeah, what are you doing? True story is a B. That's your family, though. That's your family.
Oh, you caught up?
Yeah, that's your family. Remember the last time I interviewed you, he was cussing me out in the chat. Why you ain't telling me? He was talking all the secrets y'all used. He said you stole his tapes and all that stuff back in the day.
True story, baby. True story, baby. Daddy, yeah, exactly. He said, "Just let me come through." We was talking the other night. Yeah, hit me up. And I said, "Man, you know what? We should go on through." He don't know me. I know him. So it's like, yeah, I know it's everything, man. It's a family. Yeah, family.
Hey, so thank you, man. We did 35 minutes. We did a lot. But before you go, shout out to your podcast real quick.
Yo, tune into the podcast every Monday and Wednesday, 5 Pacific time here on the West Coast. But you know, Brooklyn is the heart. And also check out my son Roots. He got some stuff on IG and TikTok. Check out my son Coach Solomon. He'll be on there with me. You know what I mean?
All right. Menhotep, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Ben Kepperug. I'll probably tell you off this. He ran into a little bit of,
okay,
the same thing. He ran into a little bit of those blue silence guys.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I just hope everything you hear today, you know what I mean? If you want to ask us questions, already hit them on my email, askbrothergarfield@gmail.com. Check out my brother again on his Killer Priest podcast.
But I have another book, Garfield. Come on.
Yeah, I got another book coming. Actually, I'm going to put out my book that I have out now. I'm going to put it out as an ebook because I need to make some corrections. I'm going to put it on audio. So, and I got a way how to sell a lot of books in a small period. You see, I like to figure out things. You see, that's the difference between me and you. People wonder why when I study a topic, I get obsessed about it.
Right.
If I study Hebrew Israelite, I don't even study them no more. I figured out the whole game. Y'all is crazy. Y'all ain't know Israel. I figured out the Moors, I figured out the Muslims, I figured out all these groups. They're done. So when I study Egypt, I got to go all in. So I got a book coming out about Egypt too. So this is going to be important.
They call the influence, the influence of Kemet on Christianity.
That's what we're going to touch on that.
I'm just kidding, my guy.
The whole topic is just crazy, and people are immature when it comes to it. Of course, Egypt had some sort of influence on everyone, and people had influence on Kemet too. So it goes both ways. Whenever you live in an area where all type of people are moving around, Kemet is like
I'm glad you said that.
You got Jamaicans here, you got Nigerians, you got Mexicans here, you got everybody. Right. That's how Kemet was.
Very good.
Sad to say, from a Republican red state point of view, they needed Donald Trump to close their borders in Egypt. That's what they needed.
Very good analogy.
And without those people coming in, you had, listen, look at this for a second. You had the so-called Hiscos come in and rule, right? The 1700s to the 1500s.
Right.
You had the Libyan dynasty. Then you had a whole other dynasty. You're talking from like 1000 BC all the way down to 600 BC. There's non-Egyptians ruling Egypt. Assyria ruling. The Nubians ruling. The Libyans ruling. Who is ruling Kemet? Not indigenous, because they're outsiders ruling. And I think you see that throughout the land. Then they're marrying wives, Hurrian wives, and all that stuff during the New Kingdom. And then they're trading with Biblios from like the second dynasty. So you have all these people coming in through the Eastern Delta, and they're influencing. Then you see them worshiping deities from every culture. It's not about, they're worshiping deities of the influence. America don't even produce anything. When you study government contracts, you see that America, I don't know how they survive economically. They don't print money. This country don't make no sense logical. Because all they do is hire you to make something that they don't make. And then they pay you when the job is done. This government, I don't know how it stands on money. This print money stuff. I don't know. Whatever they're doing, it's working for them. But trust me, America is the worst. I don't know who is the financial advisor behind this country, but it makes absolutely. Imagine you working, you working every day, right? and you getting paid by somebody who has no money coming in.
What?
How are they paying you?
Yeah.
That's what America is. And people need to understand.
Wow.
People need to understand.
Wow. Great point, man. Great point. That's
it's like you have a blank credit card. That's all America is. It's a blank credit card.
Right.
They take money and do whatever they want. Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah. Hey, hold on a second. Let me end the show real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Again, it's 20 for 20 Black History Month. We're doing our thing. Of course, we're going to have black scholars. We have white scholars. It's Black History Month. But we're going to have some fun. All right? Peace and love.
What's up with Josh?